I've coached dozens of Claude Code beginners from 0 to 10x productivity in hours, and before working with them, I consistently see them making the same set of mistakes, whether they're business owners, AI consultants, or academic researchers. In this video, I'm going to share the 5 mistakes that I see Claude Code beginners making and how you can avoid them. The first mistake is that they don't use plan mode. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, plan mode is a mode of Claude Code, which you can enter into by pressing Shift-Tab on your keyboard. And in plan mode, rather than actually editing files and creating your automations or web app or whatever it is that you want Claude Code to eventually make, it instead just makes a plan for how it's going to go about making whatever it is that you want it to make. Now, the reason that plan mode is so important is that a mistake that beginners often make is that they'll give very bad or incomplete prompts to Claude Code. And then they'll try to get Claude Code to do what they think they want it to do based on that bad or incomplete prompt. Then they'll get upset when things don't go exactly the way they wanted it to. It builds something that they weren't expecting, and then they blame the tool rather than themselves. Now, by instead using plan mode, what it forces you to do is actually get this entire plan, which you can look at and examine, which Claude Code creates for you, and read to make sure that what you're expecting to be produced is actually in alignment with what Claude Code is thinking about producing. Now, Claude Code has its own default plan mode, which you can use quite productively. I prefer using the plan mode in the compound engineering plugin, on which I've made another video. And that plan mode is a little bit improved on top of Claude Code's default plan mode through the use of specialized sub-agents, which improve the quality of the plan. But you don't have to use that if you don't want to or you're not familiar with. And if you use a tool like Codex doesn't come with a plan mode, so what you should do instead is just split up the way in which you approach doing most things to initially asking Codex to create a plan in the form of a markdown file, let's say in a /plans directory, examining that plan, and then once you're satisfied with it, asking Codex either in that same session or a different session to implement the plan. If you maintain this pattern of planning first and then implementing, whether you're doing it with Claude Code's native planning feature, a plugin like Compound Engineering, or by just writing out to a markdown file like you would have to do with Codex, you're going to get much better results out of any agentic coding tool. The second mistake that I consistently see Claude Code beginners making is that they don't use Git. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, Git is the standard version control system that's used by software developers today. Version control systems help you track the changes in your repository over time. And so the type of thing that you see Claude Code beginners often doing in projects is that they might make different versions of folders for experiments they're running, or have files that are underscored, like final analysis _1.py or .do if you're using Stata. And the problem with this is that it becomes very difficult to track the source of truth of your project. Additionally, if you don't use something like Git, you are giving away many of the abilities that Claude Code gains when you use a version control system. So one of these abilities is that Claude Code gets memory by being able to see through the version control system all the changes that have been made recently in a repository. Claude Code is able to better understand what's going on in the repo, what are the recent things you've been working on. This also helps Claude Code when it's debugging what the source of an error is, because it's able to look through the recent changes and identify the ones which are particularly going to be most likely to have been the cause of some error that's been introduced. There are also other features of Git, like branches, which are very helpful for allowing you to create new experiments or even work on multiple aspects of a project simultaneously, whether you yourself in different Claude Code sessions, or Claude Code itself sort of splitting itself into multiple instances and working on things simultaneously using a concept called worktrees. Now, you don't have to learn everything about Git all at once. And in fact, I have another video, which should be published after this video is published, in which I show you how to use Git with Claude Code without really even needing to know anything about Git. So there's this great book called the Pro Git book, which most software developers have used to learn Git. It's how I learned Git. I would also recommend it to you. But if you don't really want to understand under the hood or any of the standard Git commands like git init, git add, git commit, git merge, etc., you don't need to do that. You can just sort of use Git in a natural language way. And that'll be enough. But you have to at least be aware of Git. And if you're not, you're going to have a bad time with Claude Code. The third mistake I see beginners making is that they don't pay for a Claude Max plan. So when you use Claude, you're doing so through an Anthropic Claude subscription. And there's three options. You can sign up for Pro, which is about $20 a month. And then there's two Max plans. One is for $100 a month and the other is for $200 a month. Now, the problem that occurs with the $20 a month plan is that you hit your limits really quickly. Like when you're using Claude Code, there are session limits, meaning there are limits for a given 5-hour period in which you use Claude Code. And then there are weekly limits, meaning limits for a given week in which you use Claude Code. And one feature of Claude Code is that you get the most productive use out of it often by using what are called sub-agents. Sub-agents are sort of, you can think of as distinct instances of Claude Code that are doing specialized tasks. And so sometimes I'll spin up 10 different sub-agents to do some task. And that works great for me on my 20x subscription that I'm paying $200 a month for. But if I was on the $20 a month subscription, using Claude Code in that way would use up my subscription within a few minutes. And the problem is that even if you're not using sub-agents as extensively as me, you're likely to run into your limits very quickly on that $20 a month subscription. So for most people, I recommend the $100 a month subscription. Now, that might seem very expensive, like I understand if it does, but you have to think about this in two perspectives. The first perspective to think about this is just in the present ROI that you are able to get out of this tool. Like, I think that for most people who have businesses, it doesn't take that much thought or that much learning to get a positive ROI on that $100 per month. Just by setting up a skill or an MCP to your project management system, to something like Notion, or to your email, you're able to get back easily $100 a month of value just in automating basic business tasks that you have to deal with in your daily life, which you can do just by creating skills, which doesn't require any programming and can be done just through natural language. I have a few videos on this. And if you're an academic, for example, it doesn't take that long in the course of a month to get an additional $80 of value out relative to what you would pay for a research assistant, or relative to what your time is worth and how much time Claude Code can save you on preparing your teaching materials or making slides from a research paper. So that's one perspective. The other perspective is that you need to think about the importance to you of being able to learn these tools as effectively as possible. And if it's going to be the case that every time you use these tools, you're like 25 minutes in and then you can't use the tool anymore, your learning is just going to be really limited, because these tools can be really engrossing and really fun because sort of the dopaminergic feedback loops are so quick for many intellectual tasks relative to what we would typically expect in the past. And so you can get good at using these tools quickly, but part of getting good at using these tools is being able to, when you have the free time of a few hours to work on your project, be able to work on that project in an uninterrupted fashion. And the $100 a month subscription will be more than enough for most of you to be able to do that. But often what I hear is that somebody will start on 100 and they'll realize, hey, I've like figured out how to get so much value out of this and I'm actually hitting those limits. Time to go to 200. But sometimes people will just stay at 100 and that's fine. I never hear of anyone who's happy at $20 a month. And so I really recommend to you that you get that $100 a month subscription. The fourth mistake I see beginners making is that they don't learn basic terminal commands. So Claude Code is best used on the terminal itself. And when you're working in the terminal with Claude Code, to be able to navigate the file system, see what's being written out, and actually look at files themselves, there's a bunch of other commands besides typing in Claude in the terminal, which are going to be helpful to you. For example, you may want to be able to go into a directory and see what files are listed there. You need to be able to go into a directory in the first place. You may want to delete a file or move a file from one place to another. So for each of these operations, there are a few commands that correspond to it. And so I'm going to tell you the list of commands now, literally comprehensively, that I think you need to know at a basic level to navigate the terminal. The cd command lets you change directories from your current directory to another directory. Now, the second command, which you may need to know, is, well, what directory am I in? The command for that is just pwd, which stands for present working directory. So you type in pwd, and then you get on the screen the absolute path of the current directory that you're in. So that's two commands. Now, you may also, after using cd to go into a directory, want to list the files that are in that directory. The command to use there is ls, which you can think of as standing for list or for listing the files. When you list the files, you may see a file that you don't want or don't need. If you want to delete a file, you would remove it, rm for removing a file, or you may want to copy it from one place to another. The command for that is cp. And if you don't want to copy it, but rather move it so that the original file's location isn't maintained, then you would use mv for move. And so those are operations that you're going to want to do yourself often. So for example, if you have Claude Code create a PDF and then you want to move it into your Dropbox folder, you can just ask Claude Code to do that, but sometimes it's easier to do it yourself. And if you get comfortable with being in the terminal, it's going to help you out quite a lot. All right, so that was the fourth mistake, not learning basic terminal commands. Now, the fifth and final mistake is that they don't master the Claude Code fundamentals. So to me, the fundamentals are learning how to use a Claude.md, learning how to use and make your own skills, and learning how to use and configure MCPs, and understanding what the differences are and when to use skills versus MCPs. And so what I'm especially seeing these days is a lot of beginners getting distracted by OpenClaw in particular, which was previously called ClaudeBot, then got renamed to MoldBot. And the problem with OpenClaw is that in order to get the most productive use out of it, you either need to yourself be somebody who's already skilled with Claude Code and is a developer yourself, or you need to have access to that person. So the type of problem that you're going to encounter if you don't have this skill set already is that you're going to encounter lots of basic issues of the type that are worked out just by working on your first few Claude Code projects. Like you start to understand nuances of skills, how to specify a skill properly, and problems that can occur in the configuration of a YAML file, problems that can occur with connecting to MCPs. And OpenClaw makes a lot of these things easy, but you'll still encounter many frustrations unless you've already put in some effort into working on these fundamentals. And a related issue that I'll see is people downloading tons of skills without understanding how skills work. at a fundamental level. So I've produced a video where I go through in detail what skills are, the exact composition and structure of skills and the progressive disclosure principle, and how to make your own skills. So I really recommend that if you're at that stage in your learning with Claude Code. A similar beginner mistake to just downloading random skills is installing many different plugins that have many different frameworks for building projects. There's YMAD, there's compound engineering, there's like 100 others on how to create PRDs or something more complex like Ralph loops. You don't really need to worry about all of these things until you understand the basics of Claude Code, which, as I mentioned, are your Claude.md skills and MCPs. Then you can branch out to other things. That's it for today. Hope you guys found this helpful. On my website, AIMBA.io, I've got tutorials for pretty much every single aspect of Claude Code that you could think of. Skills, MCPs, the compound engineering plugin, plan mode, Git, and things that are more specific to economics. I've also got a school server where we've got over 1,000 AI developers, social scientists, business owners, all trying to get to the cutting edge of agentic coding. So if you're new to this space and have any questions, please join up. It's linked in the description below. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. Thank you.